I wonder what that could be.
I don't know. It's a big old hunk of iron.
Okay,
maybe it's Final Fantasy VII Butter Knife Simulator.
One more. Okay, there you go.
Oh, I think I might be having a bit of an issue on my end. I'm trying to make the speakers come through, or the audio come through my headphones.
You should try watching it on Twitch itself instead of through the Square Enix streamer.
Trying to.
Right, what I mean is like the link that you had shown me earlier, like was Square Enix's site, not Twitch.
That's still it's still being a pain in the butt right now. I know how to fix it. There we go. Got it fixed.
Hey, there's
now they're starting off with remake. They're not messing around.
Yep.
Okay, so I missed that entire trailer, sadly. But
it's just a CG remake of the pre-rendered intro to 7.
Okay.
So it's literally just like Aerith and then Cloud on top of a train.
Okay, so thankfully not much.
Yeah.
But, man, this is gonna be interesting. If they're just gonna start like we're not screwing around. We're gonna start with FF7 remake because we know that's what you want.
His mic is not on.
22年間の時を経て、あのキャラクターたちが非常に美しく、さらに魅力的になって帰ってきました。
Very translate.
I'm very happy to be able to introduce this long-beloved
Japanese
title once
things
again.
about Final Fantasy.
After 22 years, the familiar characters we love have returned while becoming more beautiful and captivating than ever before.
今まで応援し続けてくださっているファンの皆さん、長年のサポートありがとうございます。大変お待たせいたしました。
Watch them end with a zinger of showing Tifa.
They have to at this point.
To our longtime fans,
with reduced breast
thank you for your
size.
support and patience over these years, and we look forward to embarking on this journey together.
FF7 をリメイクするにあたって、ファイナルファンタジー7の世界観やキャラクターたちをより深く今回は描いております。ファイナルファンタジー7リメイクプロジェクトの最初の作品となる本作では、ミッドガルのストーリーを広大にかつ緻密に語っております。また、ゲームデザインも本作用に最適化しておりまして、ブルーレイ2枚組相当のボリュームを見込んでおります。
Don't know if he knows the Japanese.
十分期待に応える作品になっております。
Remaking Final Fantasy VII has allowed us to dive much deeper into the world and its characters than ever before. The game design was optimized for this title as well, and we anticipate 2 Blu-ray discs worth of gameplay content.
Oh!
Well, shit.
The first game in this project expands on the story of Midgar and is such an elaborate retelling that it has become a solid standalone game in its own right.
Okay.
こちらご紹介する映像およびゲームプレイで、ファンの方の期待を決して裏切らない皆さんのね、よく知っているFF7 に再会できることとなります。
Through the content we are about to unveil today, and through all that we have yet to unveil, we will not disappoint your expectations.
Now that alone at E3
is near.
Is
それと同時にですね、当時を知らないゲームファンの方は、全く新しいね、ファイナルファンタジー
Balls hanging out right there, made of solid
To newcomers who never
brass.
played the original, we present to you a completely new Final Fantasy and a perfect starting point to explore the world of Final Fantasy VII.
Please welcome Neil Pabone, Senior Manager, Product Marketing, Square Enix.
No, I almost want them to act like the transporter in Star Trek. They're like, Scotty, beam me up.
Neil is here to introduce you and walk you through gameplay.
Thank you, Katase-san.
Gameplay.
All right, everyone.
Yes, finally. Gameplay at E3. Funk.
Final Fantasy VII Remake features a hybrid gameplay system that merges real-time action with strategic command-based combat. For starters, each press of the square button is a swing of Cloud's Buster Sword. Cloud attacks, dodges, and blocks all in real time. His standard attacks do some damage, but they barely scratch the surface of Cloud's true potential. Succeeding on the battlefield requires much more than just hacking and slashing. Cloud needs to be tactical. He needs ATB. 2 ATB bars are displayed in the lower right. These fill up slowly over time, but fill much faster as Cloud lands standard attacks. Once an ATB
Oh, thank
bar
goodness,
is
gameplay
full,
with actual
you can enter
explanations.
tactical mode, where time slows to a crawl and you have the opportunity to choose actions from the command menu. Katase-san,
Oh.
I've had the pleasure of seeing quite a bit of the game, but tactical mode never gets
They're
old for
adding
me.
in a
I can
little
just sit
bit of
here
the turn-based
all day
combat
long
from the
and
old
watch
ones
this beautiful
for
slow
classic
motion
sake.
action.
Okay.
観客の皆さんはね、おそらくね、他の部分ももう少し
This kind of reminds me of Final Fantasy
皆さん
15 a little bit with like the
I think
pause.
the audience would like to see
I
more.
would not be
Is that right,
surprised if they
everyone?
literally used 15 as a
Fair
prototype for
enough.
this.
Good point.
Yeah.
Well, once in tactical mode, you can choose to perform various abilities, such as Cloud's Braver attack. Using an item in battle will deplete an ATB charge, and if Cloud has the right materia equipped and enough MP, he can use ATB charges to cast spells. Of course, this being a remake, we're sure to see some familiar faces. With the use
Okay,
of his
fair.
iconic
Yes,
gun
we've
arm,
seen him
Barret is
before,
able
but
to
where
target
is
enemies at a
the
distance.
Tifa?
Barrett's standard attacks generate ATB charges similar to Cloud, but his abilities are entirely different. Switching between characters in combat is done with a single button press.
Just full
which
on
makes
Mr.
rotating
T.
through party members a snap. Speaking of other party members, Katase-san, when are we going to see Tifa in action?
Right now. Say
Show
it.
her. Show her in all her glorious, fabulous glory.
Characters will continue to fight even when you're not controlling them directly, but it's up to you to choose how and when ATB charges are used. You can maximize your effectiveness by switching between characters or issuing commands to characters with full ATB bars.
How hilarious would it be if they just omitted Tifa entirely?
Every enemy has a focus gauge that fills up
Fans
as you
would
do
riot.
damage. When the gauge is full, the enemy becomes staggered and you'll deal bonus damage. Tactical mode evokes the command selections from the original Final Fantasy VII and allows players to enjoy battle while taking the time to think strategically. For players who prefer fast-paced action, abilities and spells can be bound to shortcuts for immediate execution. Shortcuts make combat extremely dynamic, but the choice of using them is entirely up to you. Right, Katase-san?
そうですね、プレイスタイルに合わせて楽しめるゲームになっておりますので、ぜひご期待ください。
That's right. The game has been made so that you can choose how to play. I hope players get excited about this.
Well, that's a brief introduction to combat in Final Fantasy VII Remake, and we look forward to showing you a whole lot more in the coming months. For now, let's see how Cloud and Barret do against a more formidable foe.
Oh, come on, stop teasing. We've seen this boss already. Just show Tifa.
He said soon, but we don't know how soon. I hope it's like today soon.
You double crossing! Heads up. What in the hell?
Say this, the presentation looks outstanding.
It's got reinforced armor plating, but the internals can be overloaded. Lightning magic.
No other option, Shit! Should I be worried?
It's on you.
Guess it's my turn.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Ain't gonna get away. Oh yeah! Time for some hardcore payback.
Going all out.
That would be hilarious if Randy Savage was still alive, just have him voice over Barret.
Oh god, I would pay double for that. Standard edition 60, Randy Savage edition on 120. No question.
Oh, Macho Man Edition, Final Fantasy VII.
So what's your brilliant plan, genius?
It's my time to shine. Bring it on. About damn time. Ain't that something you want to say to yours too?
Bingo.
Attack its anus right there. Oh god, that placement needs work.
Yep.
Take him down.
I'm playing the original battle sequence in my head, and it's like, good lord, this is just showing how far we've come at this point.
Yep.
Sure, if you had shown this to anyone back in, what, 97, 98, they would have lost their damn mind.
They would have thought this was a movie. Like, they would have
Yeah.
said, you're not playing this, it's a movie.
You don't want to be hit by that laser.
And even then, they would have said, wow, this is a really cool looking movie. How'd you do that?
It's not a movie.
Take cover behind that debris. Strike now before it fires again.
Damn, that thing is just a beefcake.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that it doesn't just seem like a one-off, harmless mini-boss, you know, it actually seems, you know, pretty intimidating.
Now everything is on fire. What do you think he's doing?
An auto repair kit. Damn it. We gotta take it out quicker with the loot.
The fire coming! The fire coming! This one right here is for the plant! We gonna let this thing keep pushing us around? I don't think so. And down goes another! Oh, you in for it now!
Taking over. Going in. You're as good as dead.
Oh, this is so delicious. Max is probably losing his damn mind.
Oh, he'd be loving this, man. And god damn.
Blowing
Liz.
up the whole damn thing.
20 minutes until detonation.
Oh no. Oh god, it's like I know how it goes because I played this level before, but still, man.
Hey, you might want to amp spray like now.
Yep.
You hear that? Damn thing showed you how it's done.
Come on, we've got to move.
Oh crap.
Please welcome Tetsuya Nomura, director, Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Show your face, Nomura. Show yourself.
Thank you for joining us, Nomura-san. It is an absolute honor to have you here. Katase-san, how do you feel working with Nomura-san once again on Final Fantasy VII Remake?
はい、彼とはですね、原作の FF7 以降、まあ、何作もね、一緒にね、その後も仕事はしてるんですけども、まあ、今作のようにね、再びね、ディレクション、キャラクターデザイナー、そしてね、ストーリーとね、がっつり組むのはまた久しぶりなのでね、22年前と全く変わらない熱量でね、今作でも取り組んでいる姿を見てね、私も正直ね、喜んでいます。
Since the original Final Fantasy VII, I've worked with him on many titles, but it has been a while since we've actually had him work so heavily on a project like this, from the direction to character design to the story. And I'm really happy to see him working on this title with the same passion that he had 22 years ago.
In other words, he actually committed to a project.
今まで
Like
結構長い間お待たせしました
I'm sorry, just I love the way he's dressed. The way he's dressed is
フ
like
ァンの皆様
like,
本当
Am
にあ
I?
りがとうございま
I
した
thought I was the only one who's like, am I the only one weirded out the fact that he's not wearing pants technically?
皆さん
he's wearing
今日
shorts
初
and
め
like
て
a sports jacket and look like goofy little sports shoes. I'm like, considering his other works, I'm like, that is exactly how to expect him to dress if someone told me that stuff.
Well, they do say
So
art,
first and
art
foremost,
imitates
we
life.
wanted to extend our gratitude to those who have been waiting so patiently and have been supporting us for such a long time until now. And also, we've taken a look at gameplay right now, and we've fairly showed you a good bit.
でですね、
No, you've
まあ
only showed us the bombing
そういうわ
run.
けなので、皆さんぜひ触れてみたいんじゃないかなと思いましてですね、実際に、触ってみたいですかね。
And I
Shouldering,
was wondering,
doing over the
do you
shoulder.
guys
We want to see the
actually
stage.
play the game?
Yes, yes. Like that.
ということでですね、
MO
明日から開催されます E3 のですね、スクエアエニックスブースの方で、セブンリメイク、プレイアブル出展していますので、ぜひ機会のある
demo at
方
the
は、
Square Enix
触れ
booth.
てみてください。
So we actually have playable demo kiosks available at the Square Enix E3 booth. So I
So
hope
you
have
can
the opportunity
translate.
to try it out.
Oh,
I knew it.
Oh, I can't. It's just a matter when he said Square Enix kiosk, I was like, okay,
それではですね、
yeah,
最後に
it's a demo at the booth.
皆さんにご覧いただきたいものがありますので、ぜひ、昨日はですね、コンサートの方でショート版のトレーラーを、公開しましたけども、今日はロング版をご用意してますので、ぜひご覧ください。
So finally, there is something that we wanted to show you. Yesterday, we showed you a short version of a trailer at the Final Fantasy VII concert. But today,
Okay, so the extended trailer.
today we
All
have
right.
a longer version.
Good.
それでは
Are you going to show us new stuff?
All right, please take a look.
Not just the same bombing run like 5 or 6 times. Okay. God, Aerith looks so adorable in this. This must be really surreal for people who played the original back when
Oh,
it first
yeah.
came out.
Insanely.
These sewer rats appear to call themselves Avalanche, sir.
You can have it for saving my life. You think he's a keeper?
Oh my god.
Oh, the theme. That's so good.
Y'all gotta look at the bigger picture here. Nothing worth fighting for was ever won without sacrifice.
There, I swear to God, if you don't release a vinyl version of this soundtrack, I'm going to sue. Yes! Okay, so Sifa's in the gameplay. Wait, I saw a glimpse of her. Yes!
Have you been a good girl?
I heard you having
Oh.
some thoughts.
Honestly, your character model is pretty on point.
I know we have to think big if we're going to make a difference. But not like this. I feel trapped.
Oh, fuck. Sweet release. Yes! Yes! And she's punching crap, Lenny.
Keep going.
That's something I enjoy.
Yes!
I love the uppercuts, man. Live for that shit.
Yeah! Oh, she looks so good. So happy they just kept her original outfit.
Yep. Like I said, they didn't really change much. And it's like the rest of the characters. It's just on point.
Yep, very much. Oh, the gang's all here now.
See, they knew.
At least all the main one.
You're not
They
real.
Clown, I have a favor to ask of you. Run away.
You have to leave. You have to live.
You bastard! Yeah!
Hold on to that hatred.
Oh, yes! Yes, Square. Opening act. I'm almost scared to see what you guys have lined up next.
Well, I actually am scared. I'm not sure they're going to be able to do something that'll please the crowd as much as what they just showed.
Books!
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna get.
What's that?
Oh, his bike.
Oh, it's
yeah,
a bike statue.
Because they have to. They probably can just end it right there.
Did you hear that guy yelling, "Take my wallet"?
That's great. Oh, great. Life is Strange. Oh, great. All right,
Yeah,
moving
Life
on.
is Strange 2, episode 3.
Just the son I wanted.
Life is Tumblr.
Yep.
I know what happened with you guys in Seattle.
How do you feel?
With us, Misfit.
Well, I'm gonna check Twitter just to see what the reaction is.
I think this is going to be an everything goes downhill from here, because they already kind of peaked. So
Excited. Oh my gosh.
yeah, I mean, no hate towards Life is Strange. Okay, a little hate towards Life is Strange, but like the rest of the games they're going to show off, I don't think they're going to have as much
You'll be fine, Daniel.
appeal
As long as we're together.
to like
but
gamerdom
there's
in
a
general.
couple things they could do. There's a couple things.
Yeah.
Starting to be able to control his powers.
For example, they could do Yoko Taro's next game.
Now that would break us. I swear to, okay, no, if they announced a remake of the original Nier with Platinum and a new engine, or the same engine as Automata, then I'd lose my shit.
Or they could remake Drakengard.
That too. Although it's a little bit disconnected from the Nier stuff. Well, not completely, but slightly. So
Yeah, but
the same for me.
really, when has that ever stopped a Yoko Taro fan from ever buying his stuff?
fair.
And he did say that if Nier Automata sold well enough, then he would consider doing it. And it was like, it's now the perfect time. You literally have the team to do it.
That is true.
As weird of a marriage as it was, Nier Automata with Yoko Taro and Platinum was a match made in heaven that nobody knew would want.
Yep.
Daniel, I said stop.
That was so intense.
It's my power.
I believe you saying that was so intense.
This game is awesome.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'm not trying to be a cynical prick, but like, they didn't need to do a sizzle reel talking about how Final Fantasy VII was awesome. We just kind of already agreed on the premise, so.
Okay, let's see what you got now. Give us something delicious.
From ages long ago, miasma has blanketed the world.
Oh, here we go. That's gonna do a sweeping.
Crystals keep the deadly miasma
Like,
in check.
Okay, so this is an
Swamp.
old. Okay, it's got to be an older game.
It's not eternal.
Well, it's
is
either a remaster or they're gonna be a remake, so it's gonna like whoosh and change the new one.
Crystal Chronicles remake or?
These are the crystals.
Or is it the Crystal Chronicles
Yeah.
remastered?
If we had no crystals, miasma would consume us all, correct?
Never did I imagine
Yeah, this might be a port.
it could be so bright.
I heard it was a remaster for the
online
Switch, but I could be wrong.
Caravan with friends wherever they may be. Keep the adventure close at hand. The journey now unfolds on smartphones. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered Edition.
Oh, there you go,
This
remaster.
winter, embark on a
Yeah,
new
but it's on.
journey.
Oh, okay, so it is. It's on Switch. Never mind.
Switch, PS4, mobile.
Yay!
Oh, hey.
Octopath
PC, yeah. There it is.
Lead us on our way.
on PC, but who cares? We get to see Octopath again.
Yep.
I really need to play this game at last. I really do.
I dig the unique aesthetic.
E.
Not lose to you.
Now the true lesson begins.
Watch them do like a remastered or some version like this for Final Fantasy VI.
Now that would be fun.
And possibly drive everyone over the edge.
Now that would be since we already know about Final Fantasy VII Remake, that would be another thing to kind of break this.
I mean, granted, it's probably not going to happen anytime soon, but this almost seems like too perfect of a match.
I was about to say, they have the framework, they could use the engine for that as its base.
Literally just do Final Fantasy VI with an Octopath coat of paint. Oh, what do we got now?
What is that? That looks familiar.
Babylon's Fall, maybe?
Oh, I know. This is Last Remnant, I think.
What about Lost Odyssey?
I might be that might be it. I think it's Last Remnant though. That plane looked familiar.
Oh, you're right, Lenny.
Hooray!
Last Remnant Remastered. Okay.
That's good. The Steam version I played was ass. So, on Switch.
Oh!
Okay. Well, I don't have one of those. So there goes that.
Well, you're going to.
Eventually, yes. At this rate. Fuck.
You will have something else to play then.
It's bigger! It's better! It's the one, the only, the builders!
Dragon Quest Builders.
It's Dragon Quest Builders 2!
Well, it would...
You know, I'm willing to, considering the good stuff they showed so far, I'm willing to go with this.
The building, cooking, and creation of all things.
I get it, but like,
captured the builders.
Like this is essentially a Minecraft clone, right?
Kind of. It's Minecraft with a Dragon Quest skin.
Yeah, so I'm like, why does it need a sequel?
I don't know, because I'm not Square Enix, and I'm not Akira Toriyama, so I don't know.
I mean, if it makes money, I guess.
Apparently it did enough money to make a sequel, so... To be fair, it still looks better than regular Minecraft.
Discover your true potential as a master builder. There is a land of adventure with many islands.
Granted, this thing looks like it could run on the freaking PS2.
You will have to master
honestly.
skills on each island.
This looks like it'd fit better for like a 3DS title, honestly.
Oh, no. It would fit better for a PSP or PS Vita title.
Yeah, that's fair.
Much bigger. Build huge
Bigger doesn't always mean better, sir.
More variety and options than ever before, and with a little help from the eager islanders. The world is humongous, and you'll need your wits about you to get around. Run across open fields and explore ruins, treacherous mines, and spectacular castles. Dive into the watery depths to discover hidden treasures. Climb the highest
and then drown, and then start your shit all over again.
I was just about to say that, and I'm like, you will drown, you did not bring an oxygen tank.
But beware, monsters roam this land and will need to be dispatched with cunning composure.
Those giants look way too happy. They look like they just found the world's biggest cookie jar.
Aggressive amnesiac with a fondness for fighting foes. Use powerful attacks on the battlefield to take down monstrous beasts.
I'll give it this, at least it wasn't a bro fist.
Work together with your villagers to till soil, plant seeds, and raise a multitude of crops.
So, Animal Crossing.
Be sure to customize the way you build your fields to support the kind of crops you're growing. Harvest anything from the humble cabbage and wheat to tantalizingly tasty tomatoes. Big projects require big help. You and 3 friends can team up online to build anything you can imagine. Let your creativity run wild.
Yeah, you know what? I could be really cynical about this, but you know what? For fans, I'm glad at least you have this. So,
I mean,
good on you.
Right. Like, I'm being cynical about too, you know, but I'm like,
I mean,
this could just be a Minecraft mod. Like, this could have just been a mod for all. I mean, they wouldn't make money off of it, you know, but like.
We probably said the same thing about the first one, so. I mean, at this point, there's kind of no point complaining anymore.
Right, well, I'm not even complaining. I'm more just mouth agape at the fact that it even exists as an actual, like, title that no lawsuits have been sprung up. To my knowledge, at least. Not like Notch cares. He's been banned from his own game.
Yeah, that's bizarro. Alright, what else we got? Oh, Switch title. Yes! Star Ocean!
Well, you're the reincarnation.
I'm wrong.
Regular Ocean. Because they're not in space.
I'm sorry, but if the character doesn't talk, then I'm not interested. It is.
Let's do this. I believe in you. I believe in the Luminary.
Oh, at least we know he has the capacity to yell.
Do not look back. Remember, you're the Luminary. We believe in you.
Definitive Edition S.
Wait, Dragon Age 11, Echoes of an Elusive Age, Definitive Edition S.
That is a mouthful of a title.
Japan, slow your roll, man. Alright, what do you got next?
Okay. Okay, so they're going for all their self-published, more indie kind of fare.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot this was a thing.
Does it help that I've not heard of, like, most of these?
I don't know, honestly. I mean, I've heard of Fear Effect Sedna, but I honestly have not actually...
Okay, I've heard of Battalion. So... Oh,
okay,
so
do you have any...
No more, I guess. There's no more this year. just Battalion.
Everyone, this is Carolina.
Alberto and Carlos Mastreta.
We're a family of motorsport fans from Mexico, and we're the founders of Original Fire Games.
Over the last few decades, we have seen a fascinating evolution in racing games. And nowadays, you can drive almost any type of car on amazing recreations of the best tracks in the world.
However, we believe it's time to try something different. We want to do this by reviving a style that pioneered racing games decades ago.
Our game mixes top-down racing with a classic, sharp arcade look and tactile driving physics, which brings together a whole range of styles and eras of motorsport.
We are delighted to share this moment with you.
And show a sneak preview of our game, which Square Enix Collective will publish in 2020.
Join us for the ride, and see you again soon.
So... Like, this looks familiar. Like Mini Racers or something.
Like Micro Machines?
Yeah, Micro Machines. Looks just like Micro Machines. Hang on just a moment.
Circuit Superstars, okay. Oh, here's Battalion.
Battalion 1944 recaptures the core of classic competitive first-person shooters. You'll need to quickly coordinate strategies with your team on the fly, whilst keeping your movement nimble and your aim precise if you hope to beat out the competition. There are multiple game modes for you and your team to dive into. Test your skills in domination, capture the flag, or team deathmatch, and perfect your tactics in the highly competitive Wartide game mode.
So basically, Call of Duty.
Competitive toolset
Sorry, go ahead.
integrated into the game, bringing
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
matchmaking.
No, I was literally just about to say. So you basically just make Call of Duty 2 again without actually calling it Call of Duty 2.
I mean, it doesn't look bad. I'm not. I don't have any plans to get it, but you know.
It looks very unoffensive. I'll say that much. I mean, judging from just the looks and the visuals of this, I could have easily seen this running on the PS3.
And medals to unlock, whilst tracking your in-game accomplishments and providing you with an easy way to compare them against your friends via in-game.
So it is Call of Duty.
Halt the Axis offensive in their tracks with the
Hello, Stalin.
PPSH, or take fire with pixel precision with the Mosin Nagant, and a whole host of new weapons just as deadly as their owners. With a range of environments to test your skills in, and a variety of weapons at your disposal, play as a team and compete to be top of the leaderboards. Available now on Steam.
Edo. Cool. No, I'll give Square credit. They're dropping some surprise hits, and they're actually making things readily available right now. Okay.
That name tag on that chick said Tifa. That's
nice.
Can't be a coincidence.
Oh, it's the Spotify announcement. Alright, cross for the creativity.
Wish I would have played a little bit. It would have been cool.
Yep. Everything.
Jesus Christ.
Half of those things I never even heard of. Oh, Kingdom Hearts DLC.
Yep. Got those plot threads to tie up.
Really?
The fucking edgelord ass codes with the super casual dialogue is just.
Wait, is that the Master of Masters? Oh god damn it. That's not an arrogant statement at all. Spin me right round, baby, right round. Sorry, I couldn't help but think of Butterbuns as a skit for that one.
It's all good.
No, she's actually one of my...
What's up?
Zigbar! So I was gonna say, like, Super Butterbuns is... Yeah, Super Butterbuns is actually one of my favorite recent YouTubers, just because she makes some funny Kingdom Hearts videos.
Oh yeah, no, I know that. I watch her channel too. I just didn't know what you were specifically...
Oh, watch the Birth by Sleep video, it's hilarious.
Yeah, I've avoided them for the sake of spoilers.
Trust me, even with the spoilers, this series is, like, convoluted as hell. And a long-term... Okay,
Rio Mine? What the fuck was... Okay.
Okay.
Please welcome Naoki Yoshida.
Alright,
producer
Final
and
Fantasy
director of
14.
Final Fantasy 14 Online.
You know, I'm at least happy the fact that 14 has had such a nice long life after its resurgence.
Oh, it's great, man. Like, they just said, okay, we fucked up, let's do it again. They're like, oh, it's great this time.
Hey!
Hi guys, my name is Naoki Yoshida, producer and director of Final Fantasy XIV. 今日はですね、すみません、短い時間ですが、僕からはいよいよこの7月2日発売となるファイナルファンタジー14拡張パッケージ第3弾漆黒のヴィランズの紹介をさせていただきます。
So we'd like to take a little bit
Really
of
just
your
the same
time
thing in
to
Japanese.
show off Shadowbringers Final Fantasy XIV's third expansion pack, which is releasing on July the 2nd.
Oh, that's soon.
2013年に新生オルゼアレルムリボーンが発売されてから、6年が経ちました、なんと世界で累計登録アカウント数1600万を突破し、なんとこのですね漆黒のヴィランズの発売を前にして有料会員数も過去最高を、更新することができました、これらは全て世界中のプレイヤー光の戦士の皆さんのおかげです。この場を借りて改めてお礼申し上げます。
It's been 6 years since the release of A Realm Reborn in 2013, and over the years we have surpassed 16 million total registered users. Plus, we have reached the highest number of active subscribers in history, in its history, before the launch of Shadowbringers. This is all thanks to our players, our warriors of light.
Wait a second, I'm curious about something now.
What's up?
How many players did they say how many players did they say they have?
18 million.
新作 RPG 1本分のボリュームとそしてゲーム体験をお届けしたいと思います。
We view Shadowbringers as more than a simple expansion pack, but as a new game.
They've actually exceeded the number of people that World of Warcraft has ever had at its peak.
Standalone RPG title.
また新ジョブであるガンブレイカー、それから踊り子、新種族のロスガルとビエラなど、これからファイナルファンタジー14を始める皆さんにも多数の新規の要素が用意されています。
And there's so many new elements in the game for those who have yet to play Final Fantasy XIV, including 2 new jobs, the Gunbreaker and the Dancer, as well as 2 new playable races, the Frothgar and the Viera.
ぜひファイナルファンタジーシリーズの最新作としてファイナルファンタジー7リメイクの発売2020年3月3日までの間、
remake
漆黒のヴィラン
crossover
ズをお楽しみください。
We are excited to bring Shadowbringers as the latest installment in the Final Fantasy franchise for our fans to enjoy, at least until 2020 March 3rd, when Final Fantasy VII Remake comes out.
The self-awareness.
それではいよいよ7月2日、ローンチとなりますが、この場で世界初公開となるその漆黒のヴィランズのローンチトレーラーをご覧いただこうと思います。
We are pleased to bring a world premiere of the launch trailer for Shadowbringers, releasing on July the 2nd.
Please take a look.
Yeah. Gotta say, Square's doing a pretty solid job so far.
Well, if it ain't the oldest joke in the book. And when, pray tell, did we last have a dark night? Over 100 bleeding years ago, that's when.
In that chaotic no man's land between realms, time and space warp and blend in unexpected ways. What Urianger saw was the future.
Okay, quick question. Is this trailer through an Instagram filter?
Living creatures were people.
I have no idea.
In the path of the flood. Once the change is wrought, there is no going back.
The eternal light of these creatures has confounded us for nigh on 100 years. For each we have put down, another has risen up in its place, born of the self-same ether relinquished by its predecessor. That's him. That's Volthry.
I'm getting some Bayonetta vibes from this.
Sin Eaters are part of Yulmore society, but they must be fed with ether. Living ether.
This world's beyond saving. like those who tried to save it. This world has had its fill of heroes.
Oh man, this music is kick-ass.
Yeah, man. I'd love to play this, man. I just can't, like... I don't have the time to play it regularly enough to justify the monthly, like, subscription fee.
Yeah, same.
If I did, I'd love to play it, but I have such a big backlog of other games that come out, and, like, in my backlog, too, and...
Yeah, and it only gets worse.
Hell.
Imagine this was like a full-on traditional Final Fantasy RPG.
No, if this
falls out epic.
Yeah, no, if this was just a solo game, that'd be enough. But this is just an expansion. Like, imagine this plus all the previous expansions plus the base game, and then you also have like other like MMORPG stuff. Dailies, weeklies, raids, just random shit. Like, goddamn.
Damn. Also, that's a badass logo.
And sacrifice. The will of the star was made manifest.
I'm sorry, I can only assume I misheard, but it sounded an awful lot like you were implying both Zodiac and Hydaelyn are not gods, but...
They are gods after a fashion, yes. The eldest and most powerful of primals.
I think that's important. I don't know what that means.
Spooky. Alright, what do we got?
Show's over, go home. That's it. Techland.
Oh. Dead Island?
Man, we haven't heard of this in a while.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Alright, what'd I miss?
Parkour.
So basically, not Dying Light 2.
Yes.
Also, this just looks like Mirror's Edge, but just really slow.
Yeah, it just looks like a very deliberate isn't the right word, but honestly, no. Wait.
Oh, it is just Dying Light. Wow. I'm ashamed of myself.
Oh, I forgot it was a Square Enix title.
I did too.
Oh wait, I'm an idiot. Deep Silver makes Dead Island. I'm dumb.
I am completely stupid.
I actually thought that.
I'm embarrassed now. Okay. Finally come back to the what is this? Romancing Saga. Okay. Okay. It's release maybe.
I have never heard of this.
Oh, it's been a long while since there's been a Romancing Saga game. I've only looked into it briefly, but it looks really cool.
It looks cool. I never even ever heard of it.
A new lobster, a new hero.
Saga Scarlet Race Ambition. What the fuck is that?
Thus, the Square Enix random name generator strikes again.
I was about to say, like, there's no way that's a real title.
Oh,
what
it
the fuck
is.
this?
I love their overly convoluted names.
Like, it looks cool. Like, that looks neat. I just don't understand what's going on.
Is that a frying pan that she was holding?
Might have been. I like the way the abilities look.
Yeah.
Saga never ends.
Oh, yeah. There we go. But they must... I want to imagine they're all in the same series, but probably not. Also, yes, Switch versions. Woo! Also PC versions. Woo!
Yeah, yeah. Now show some near. Oh god, that's trippy.
that's just mean.
Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. Enjoyed by fans the world over, has surpassed 39 million downloads. Now,
okay,
Square
yeah,
Enix
I guess we had to see some mobile
international
stuff.
Reveal of a new title born from the FFBE universe. War of the Visions, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. These two titles, FFBE and War of the Visions, will be the pillars of the growing world of Lapis.
What?
I thought Brave Exvius was like a Final Fantasy 15 spinoff.
This is the story of Ardua,
Oh, it's not.
the continent of Lapis. A tiny
It's a
spark
completely separate
here
thing.
ignites
But
the
it has an
flames
X and a
that
V in it.
embroil the
It's
entire
confusing me.
continent in conflict.
It is not related in any way, shape, or form. Believe me, I would know.
Conflict, later spoken
That's
of
fair.
as the War of the Visions.
Basically, we're just gonna watch a bunch of Paul Bettany's fight each
Ruled
other.
by the Red Lion Monarch, possesses the power of visions as well as twin princes. Horn, the great Western Kingdom, governed by a policy of
That's
peace
a big
and
bulls.
its brave and wise king. Fennis, where the king of the savages has organized the barbarian tribes into Ardura's mightiest militant state.
Jormungand, also tits.
Wezet, the great eastern kingdom over which reigns its icy despot.
Dude has no nose.
Crystal Sanctum, a religious city-state with believers throughout Ardura, founded by one who claims to be God.
Who has no friends,
With
apparently.
its own dignity. Thus is
Well,
the
this is
curtain
literally
drawn,
just Fire
the
Emblem
struggle
Three
in which
Houses
the
Square
fate
Enix
of
edition.
nations rests.
Couldn't even rip it off. They doubled the houses.
Homeland.
It's not 3, it's 6.
War of the Visions. Final Fantasy. Brave Exvius. Now in development.
Oh, in development. I love that.
It's so dry, man. And then something near related. Bulletstorm. Hey now.
Okay. Okay.
Look at Fly. I love these guys.
This ought to be interesting. Or hopefully it is.
They also did Hard Reset.
Yes, they did. What, Mad Max or something?
Ooh. Ooh. I don't know if you can tell, Bear. I'm liking the movie.
I can tell.
Oh. Oh, hi!
Oh, is this Babylon's Fall? It's Outriders. Okay, so it's a new thing.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Neat.
That looks really cool. Also, I think Babylon's Fall is by Platinum, so...
Oh, yeah, my mistake. That's a big door.
Coming summer next year. Cool!
Okay.
I'm eager.
I'm intrigued, at least.
I want to see gameplay, but visually that looked fucking rad, dude. I did not
Please
expect to
welcome
see.
Sebastian Wojciechowski, studio head. People can fly.
Jesus, that's a name.
Well, there you go. Maybe we'll get some gameplay. I mean, CG's cool, but I want to know the basis of it. You know, it better be a first-person shooter because I know it's their specialty.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Sebastian Wojciechowski, studio head at People Can Fly.
Yep.
The studio behind Bulletstorm and Gears of War Judgment. Yeah, any Bulletstorm fans in the house? All right.
There you go.
Wow.
All
let me
6
tell
of you.
It feels great to be here and feels amazing to be able to finally announce Outriders.
I feel like he's expecting more applause than he's getting.
I'd like to thank the team at People Can Fly. You guys are amazing, and I know
Looks like
that
he's
some
ready
of
to
you are watching
pass
this
out.
live, even though it's 4 a.m. in the morning in Poland. So make a noise for them.
Oh, he's probably
please.
jet lagged as hell.
See, more people cheered for Poland.
Thank you. Thank
for
you.
his game.
And of course, Square Enix for the help and support as we work together on this exciting new IP. You know, over the past few years, People Can Fly has grown to over 200 developers and 4 studios across Poland, the UK, and most recently the US to bring you what is our most ambitious shooter to date. To present more...
So it is a shooter.
To present more of our vision, I would like to take this moment to introduce a short video from our game director, Bartek Mita. So thanks a lot. More on Outriders this winter. Thank you.
Shooters are in our DNA. It's our passion. And it's what we do. Outriders draws on all our experience from all our previous titles. It's a game we wanted to make for a very long time. We describe Outriders as a dark, modern shooter built with traditional values. By that, I mean we are creating an experience with a strong story that you can enjoy with your friends or on your own.
Oh, it is third person.
We want to tell a complete story. We are confident we are building a shooter with a powerful gunplay, incredible weaponry, and a hostile new world.
And look at these
we want to
guns.
send many
Hell
hours in.
yeah.
It's a game we've had in our heads ever since People Can Fly left Epic Games. Outriders is a 1-2 or 3-player drop in, drop out.
How ironic would it be if this thing came to PC and it would be on the Epic Games
Create
store?
your own Outrider. And
It
journey
better
across the
not.
hostile planet of Enoch in
I know, that's what I'm
search
saying.
of
How
the source
ironic
of
would
a
it be?
mysterious signal.
Yeah.
It's a pretty dark and unforgiving world. And yes, there is a lot more depth to the game, but I can't say too much more right now.
The game is dark, can't you tell? Everyone looks like an edgelord, everything's on fire, and we all have like really dark eyes. That's how you know we're hardcore.
Yeah.
Because apparently it's also mid-2005.
I wasn't expecting to see that at all, so I'm pleased with that.
Yeah. Say more at least.
Yeah.
Right?
And near.
Something from Platinum, at least.
Reincarnation is the foundation of our way of life. We celebrate the lives we've been given and offer up prayers for the next. It is grief of death which shackles the living and causes the dead to stray. Indeed, there is no greater affront to reincarnation. So we turn our grief to joy as we send off the dead. But the souls of those who held
I know what this is. Okay.
still need salvation in death.
This this is this that Lost Souls game or something? No, not Lost Soul Aside, but something akin to it.
The Watchers sever the bonds that tie the lost to this
I think they
world.
revealed this like last year or something.
To the next.
Just remember something about the game itself, where the characters, the whole way the world's set up is that they don't shed tears for the dead or something. Like they're not allowed to.
Oh, okay. Just shoot everyone.
Watcher.
Okay. Again. Oh, okay. Oninaki. Okay, yes. I was way off on the title, but I still remember the name. I still remember the game.
Oh,
August.
And it's on Switch for you, Barry.
Sweet.
All right, and then it was something near. Like, I know it's not.
Keep pushing, man. Believe me. I want this to be right. Wait. Fans have been waiting. Wait. What? Oh, okay. Final Fantasy VIII. What? I'm cool with this. Because it always feels like the redheaded stepchild out of the main PlayStation trilogy. What is this? Release on PC and Switch?
Big in the soundtrack. God, that classic FMV, dude. Holy shit.
So 90s. Oh, remastered. Neato. And Switch, and PS4, and Xbox. It's all the things.
Cool for Xbox people. In-engine play.
Oh, it's the Avengers stuff. Oh, this ought to be good.
Thor, Tony, check it out. At once. Try to keep up. This just got a whole lot more interesting.
Why'd you stop flying towards it then?
Smash!
Hell yeah.
Let's make this quick. Secure the bridge. Those weapons can't get in this. How you
Yes.
Files, knock him down. Thor, what's your status?
There are humans trapped. Not small angry men. Got it. Was that
Love
a joke?
small angry men.
Did Thor make a joke? Cap, they got pulsar tanks.
Okay, that was fun.
Tony, Thor, the cables! Cap, what's going on over there?
Start the Chimera. What's your status? Should head back.
No, stay on task. There's still civilians on this bridge.
Is it just me or does it sound a little off?
In the you mean the voice acting?
Well, I mean, like, yeah, it sounds like the sound is on a different layer than the rest and it's too low.
It kind of does. I was thinking more of it's just some of the character designs.
Well, I mean, I expected they couldn't get the likenesses of all the actors, you know.
That's true. I guess as we're so used to seeing them look like one thing for so long.
Do the Avengers pose a danger to society? That was the question, Bruce. That was the question.
Well, we all lost something that day.
Wait, what?
But
It
that's
Cap's
not
dead?
How the story ends.
Hey, it's Abomination.
Well,
Neat.
what are we waiting for?
And it's coming out. Oh.
How can I tell
Please
you?
welcome Sean Eskai, Creative Director, Crystal Dynamics, and
Oh.
Bill Roseman,
never mind.
Vice President and Creative Director, Marvel Games.
Yeah.
I'll say this, it's about time.
Thank you. We love you. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. We are incredibly excited to reveal Marvel's Avengers to the world. A few years ago, Crystal Dynamics and Marvel began collaborating on an original Avengers game. One that combined epic action-adventure with cinematic storytelling. A game where we, as players, can experience in both single-player and co-op what it's like to be Earth's mightiest heroes.
Do I have any true believers in the house? Yes! Awesome. Because you will instantly recognize your favorite superheroes and villains, but you'll also see that they're unique to this game, as this is Crystal's interpretation of these iconic characters.
Our story begins at A-Day, as San Francisco celebrates the opening of the Avengers West Coast headquarters, and the team's custom helicarrier, outfitted with a strange experimental energy source. However, the day turns deadly when an attempt to steal this new technology results in massive destruction. Blamed for the tragedy, the Avengers are outlawed and our heroes disband.
5 years later, a horrific evil threatens the world, and our only hope is to reassemble Earth's mightiest heroes. You'll play as your favorite Avengers in an all-new original story showcasing authentic Marvel heroism and humanity. It's about losing what matters to you most and fighting to get it back.
Okay.
Yeah!
It's almost as if you're avenging something.
Most importantly, this is a story about self-acceptance in the face of adversity, about embracing our individual powers and learning that together we are mighty.
Okay,
You'll
you
lead
get
a
on with the
team
point.
as the legendary super soldier, Captain America. You'll call down the lightning as the Asgardian god of thunder, Thor. You'll channel the anger of scientist Bruce Banner by unleashing the Hulk. You'll gather intel and strike swiftly as the ultimate tactical spy, Black Widow. And
we know who the
finally,
Avengers
you'll
are.
blast through the sky as the charismatic Tony Stark, known to the wider world as the armored
Robert
Iron
Downey
Man.
Jr.
That would be fantastic.
To bring this incredible story to life, we've assembled an all-star cast. I'll let them introduce themselves.
So here we are.
Avengers Assemble. Who are you people again?
Okay, so we got Nolan North.
Hi, I'm Troy Baker, and I play Bruce Banner.
Hi, I'm Jeff Shine,
Okay.
and I play Captain America.
Hi, I'm Travis Willingham, and I play Thor.
Hi, I'm Laura Bailey, and I'm playing Black Widow.
Hi, I'm Nolan North, and I play Tony Stark. There's certain characters I don't think you ever have to be talked into.
Yeah.
You know, so we'd like to have you play Tony Stark, Iron Man. Yeah, yes. You know, everybody always portrays him as this super confident character, and I think it's a mask for him. I think he's one of the most vulnerable guys.
I think Bruce is just such a cool character. A lot of people are really quick to bring out the big green, but I think that Bruce is a super complex character. It's fun, and I've never played him before.
What is very relatable about Natasha is she's extremely capable, but she's at the core, she's human. She's surrounded by all of this larger-than-life stuff, and she has to step up to it.
I feel like Thor got really interesting in the last 10 or 15 years. For me, I like where he's kind of landed in the public eye, you know.
One of the things I think is cool about Cap is I never feel like he necessarily wants to be a leader. He accepts that he is. I feel like sometimes the best leaders are the ones who don't necessarily want to be, but they're right for the job.
Having an original story to tell as well, what they've done at Crystal Dynamics is great, so I think everybody's going to be pretty stoked.
The Avengers are at their best when they are all together, but the chemistry is do not shake.
Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Can't wait for you to be able to play the game, but right now, you don't have to wait for some exclusive content.
Like a release date.
Do the Avengers pose a danger to society? That was the question, Bruce. That was the question.
I'm getting a lot of Nathan Drake out of that.
Yeah.
It was a heist, Bruce.
No.
Then again, it is Nolan North.
The Terrigen reactor was unstable, and you knew.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, like, as in,
paraded it before the
sound.
entire
I wish you would have
world.
tried to
But
do a more
we just
distinct
give up.
voice.
We didn't give up, Tony. We failed. At least I can admit that. No, we failed him. We failed him.
Please welcome Scott Amos, Head of Studio, and Megan Marie, Senior Community and Social Media Manager, Crystal Dynamics.
Okay, for a second there, I thought his name was Scott Amos. I was like, wait, what? Please tell me that's not true. Okay, good.
Hello, E3.
This is probably going to be their last thing for tonight.
You've just seen a high-level view of the cinematic and character-driven campaign of Marvel's Avengers. But launch is only the beginning of this adventure.
Marvel's Avengers delivers a narrative over multiple years, with exciting new content released at a regular basis.
Oh, no.
Like the Avengers, you and your friends are stronger together. You'll assemble into teams of up to 4 players online, where you can master extraordinary abilities, where you can customize a growing roster of heroes, and defend the Earth from ever-escalating threats. Oh yes, oh yes. And to make sure everyone comes on this journey with us, we're incredibly thrilled to announce that every new superhero and every new region will be delivered at no additional cost.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah.
I'm cool with that now.
Add Moon Knight. Day 1.
So
Add
our
Doctor
promise to
Strange.
the community is that we won't have random loot boxes or pay-to-win scenarios.
Yeah.
Like, that's good, but what kind of a state are we in where that's cheerworthy?
Collaboration across Crystal Dynamics,
Sad state.
Marvel Games, I know you're out here. IDOS Montreal, these guys are here. Nixie Software, our new Crystal Northwest studio, and everyone at Square Enix.
So our game is about embracing your powers and living your superhero dreams. We have an exclusive gameplay demo in our booth that will show you more of the core campaign, its original story, and our superheroes in action.
All right.
So, Marvel's Avengers will release worldwide on PS4, Xbox One, Stadia, and PC.
And
we got you covered. And we're excited to be partnering with PlayStation to bring some awesome surprises to the PlayStation audience.
It'd be cool if they were here.
Early beta access and unique benefits that we'll be revealing in the future.
Release date.
But before we go, we have one final glimpse into our world, including when you'll get to play this game.
There you go.
Let's get to the point.
Is what's next for the Avengers. Thank you, true believers.
Damn it! Progress, Hank! I have a plan, but it's risky. Hank, that doesn't look ready.
Come on, Tony, live a little.
Hank Pym? Oh.
Well, there you go.
Unbelievable.
Yo, then.
It worked.
Crush it.
It's sort of cute when they're small.
Didn't doubt you for a second, Hank.
Hey, 15. There we go.
Less than a year. Look at that.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any more?
Guess that's it.
I think that's it. They're doing this big zoom out. Okay. Not bad. Would have liked anything about Nier, but it's okay.
Most abrupt credit.
Is that it? Please tell me this is just a weird, like, sound error, and that's not... Oh my god, that was so abrupt. Like...
Yep, that was a cold exit if I've ever saw one.
Jesus, they're like, alright, we have nothing else, get out.
In cut.
Okay. Alright, you know what, that was fine. The first, Final Fantasy stuff is like, cool. That's what most people came here for, And the rest was okay. Alright, they showed off some games and stuff. I didn't know or care about most of them, but you know what, it looked cool. Outriders looks fucking dope. But we'll, that was fine. I mean, nothing, like, mind-blowing, to be honest. I'm just, like, thinking over the other stuff, but I don't know.
I want you to have your piece before I butt in.
Yeah, sorry. No, I don't. It was fine. Like, I'd say this is, like, okay, they had more games to show than Bethesda. And I don't think they spent more time actually focusing on the, like, game stuff. Whereas, like, Bethesda, sometimes they just took time away to just talk about, like, tech. And it wasn't even, like, tech that's, like, super relevant yet. And then they were, like, spending those in-betweeny parts talking about, like, the people who play the games. And while that's, kind of sweet, for, like, the fans, it's like, I'm here to see game news and game trailers, not people who enjoy games, as much. And that sounds kind of cynical, but anyway, I'm rambling. I'd say this did a better job than Bethesda, although there wasn't as many really notable, like, memes or anything else to kind of jump off of for people. But I think the Final Fantasy stuff carried this, so... Yeah, so I'd say it was fine. That's about my piece.
Alright. I will say this. This was basically taking. It almost seemed like to my opinion, this was the equivalent of Square Enix taking Ubisoft and Bethesda out behind a back alley and blasting them both with a double barrel shotgun to the face.
Yep.
As I thought this conference kicked ass personally. I mean, it was a lot better music selection, but then again, Square Enix music usually kicks ass. They actually. The fact that they had enough balls to kick off with Final Fantasy VII Remake, and it's just like, let's just go from there. They showed Tifa, finally, which was great. And we already knew the release date from last night, but it's nice to have a concrete date for once. And the fact they even addressed and said this whole first thing we're doing with Midgar, we've expanded it to basically be a full game in itself. That actually is encouraging because then it means like, okay, they're probably going to use this as a test run for the rest of the remake. And maybe by the time we get to the part where they get to the open world segment, then they'll just explode in terms of their ambition and how much they're going to expand upon the world, which I think would be really neat. I liked the fact that they are bringing back a lot of their old classic stuff that I personally never got a chance to mess around with when it originally came out, like Last Remnant. I know you said the PC port of it was ass. Yeah. So the fact that it's getting a Switch port is like, okay, that's good. This is really good. It gives me a different chance to play it on a platform that doesn't, frankly, make it chug. It's nice to see that 8 is finally getting acknowledged and remastered for the first time in freaking ever. We see a bazillion ports of 7 and 9, but 8 always seems to be left out in the cold. So now we have an official release or remastered version for PC, PS4, Switch, and Xbox. So everyone gets to try it, which is great. Chronicles Remastered coming out this winter was great. I really didn't care for Life is Strange 2, but then I never care about Life is Strange, so there's that. And I mean, I didn't care about Dragon Quest Builders either, but some of the stuff they did show, like the whole Micro Machine Racer looking thing, that was kind of cute. Outriders looked neat, but I haven't seen gameplay of it. So stuff that they were showing aside, like Final Fantasy 14, you and I both said it. We probably would try this game out, but there's just so much in our backlog that we just can't do it.
Yeah, no, that is probably up there for, I don't know how to define it. I'd say it's too big for me to play. Like, it just really is. It's like, I don't have if it was, like, a one-time purchase, like, if I just buy it for $60 and then not have to do a monthly thing, I'd buy it immediately. You know, because then I could just play it when I want to, and play it in chunks and whatnot, kind of like what I did with Final Fantasy 12, but... You know, the fact that it's online, you gotta pay monthly, and other stuff is like, you know what, that's not I don't dig that as much purely for the sake of the fact that I don't want to pay monthly for something I'm not gonna play. Not because I don't want to play it, but because, like, well, you know, I got life and games and, like, every other thing, and I'm making videos for the channel, and I'm like, life happens. It's...
yeah, it's, there's some, there's a lot of games to play, and frankly speaking, a lot of the ones that are being announced right now are just like, God damn it, this isn't helping.
Yeah. And I'll say this, they showed a lot, you know, outside of one or two exceptions, they did show a lot of gameplay in this one.
Which is more than can be freaking said for Bethesda. I'm sorry. Looking back on Bethesda, I know we were comparative to most people, we were probably pretty nice to it, but at the same time...
I've been looking at the reaction online, and people are saying this is one of the worst E3s in a while, and maybe, I don't know, maybe, what is it? I don't know what the term is, but there's a thing that I have had where if I ever watch a movie, usually I like to give myself a day or so to kind of let it sit, because usually just the thrill of going to see a thing is enough to make me kind of a little bit more... forgiving of stuff. Because, yeah, outside of Doom Eternal, there wasn't a ton of actual gameplay or details on most of the games that they showed. A lot of it was, like, CG trailers.
It was literally just cinematic trailer after cinematic trailer and blah, blah, blah. Kind of like...
Yeah. No,
it was literally just that.
Yeah. And of the stuff that they did show gameplay for, It was either stuff that we don't care about, like Fallout 76, or stuff that we already presume is going to be good and are invested in, like Doom Eternal. So, like, now here's the thing. I'm interested in Deathloop. I'm definitely interested in Ghostwire. But there wasn't much gameplay. Because even in the games that they showed here that I had no idea what the fuck they were, and they were just remasters, at least they showed gameplay for those. And, you know, it just was. Even the Micro Machines one, like, I'm just going to be honest, I found that whole thing to be very pretentious. Like, we're going to do a thing that people have never done before in a racing game. It's like, Micro Machines. And I'm like...
Lenny, welcome to the world of indie game developers. You and I both know that indie game developers also have a tend to be very, very pretentious.
I get that, but there's usually... Yes, I completely agree. I'll say this is a little more pretentious than I think would be expected or justifiable under other stuff, because I would have been like, you can't just tell me that you went for this super new approach of showing real-life cars, and then you have this cartoony-ass fucking Micro Machines game. Anyway, but that's not the point of the conference. But no, I'd rate this notably higher than Bethesda, even though I still very much liked Bethesda's thing, even though most people are shitting on most of the conferences this year. You know? Yeah.
And for me, this is an easy second place behind Microsoft's. I mean, Microsoft still, I think in terms of variety, Microsoft still has it.
Yeah.
Well, just general surprise factor. Because I will admit, while everything I thought here was solid, even if all of it did not cater to me, which is fine, showed stuff in a reasonable amount of gameplay, like gameplay to cinematics and reveals and stuff like that, to where I was like, you know what, I'm okay with this. I'm completely cool with it. But the surprise factor was not quite as high as what Microsoft did with something like Phantasy Star Online 2. Like that, I expected no one saw that coming.
Mm.
With Final Fantasy VII Remake, we've known about that for a while. We've known about the Avengers title for a while. So I'd say at least of all the things that could have chosen to bookend on, that would have been the most appropriate thing to end on, considering that's been hanging over them for the last while or so.
Yeah, definitely.
And yes, it would have been nice to see something near related or anything by Platinum that is affiliated with Square. But, I mean, I don't know. How long has it been since Nier Automata came out?
I think 2 years? Maybe 3.
2 years.
It's 2 or 3.
Okay, so...
Yeah.
2.5 years.
Yep. So I mean, I don't know how long it's going to take for their next game, but I would have at least liked a teaser for whatever they're working on next.
Oh, we have the Tokyo Game Show in a couple months anyway, so who knows? We may see something then.
Right.
I mean, it's completely feasible that we will see it then. It's just a matter. Maybe they just don't have something ready for it yet.
Right, because like I know they're working on stuff because they had job postings at Yoko Taro's dev company for positions, and it even said explicitly working on a Nier title. So I know that they're working on something Nier related, whether it's a sequel to Automata or a prequel to Automata or my preference, a remake of Nier 1. Then it's fine. I'm just impatient, Perry. I just want to know.
You guys were calling me impatient for wanting gameplay.
Yes. Just because you're impatient doesn't mean we aren't impatient.
Oh, Pot, my name is Kettle.
Correct.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. To me, this is an easy blowout from Square in terms of showing us actual gameplay, showing us a variety of stuff from their backlog that they're either remastering, bringing to new consoles, just making stuff more readily available. Yes, not everything in the conference was appealing, but at least they showed gameplay, which is more than what Bethesda can say.
Yep.
And honestly, and I know you guys didn't watch the Ubisoft conference, and believe me, you're not missing much, but you just summarize the whole thing right now and just say it is literally Ubisoft starring Tom Clancy games, guest starring everyone else. Is pretty much all Tom Clancy. Like, it was literally 5 or 6 separate games. I almost lost track at that point of just different Tom Clancy games. And this to me was like, good God, can we just see something different or something actual gameplay of different genres or something. And I know Square is usually just the RPG guys, but the fact that it's like, okay, we've got Final Fantasy VII, we've got freaking Dragon Quest, we've got the freaking Micro Machines thing, we've got this Outriders thing for people who can fly. It's like, thank you, different genres, different styles. Jeez, is that so much to ask for?
Yeah, and God, like, I swear, I don't get what they're doing with Tom Clancy stuff, because like I didn't see much of it, but I saw a little tiny bit of like let's see, Rainbow Six Quarantine, was it?
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're fighting some like alien like invader infection thing, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
believe me, it made little sense in just the context of watching in the entire show.
Like, I'm just okay. Here's my to be brief, because this is not about the Ubisoft one, because we didn't record that one. But like, okay, in brief, Tom Clancy, generally speaking, is supposed to be appealing because it's like
more grounded.
Yeah, a semi-grounded like political thrillers, not like House of Cards, but like with like Splinter Cell and Rainbow Six, and it's like it's a lot of like military stuff. Like a lot of the people who like his books and his stories will enjoy some of the techno jargon when it comes to like the machines that they use, with his accuracy with guns and politics and everything else. Because like even like Rainbow Six isn't about politics; it's about like squads and stuff. But it's important to note that. But here's the thing, though. Like you said, it's grounded. It doesn't have to be 100% realistic, because some of it is a little out there. But as long as it kind of fits within the theme of being grounded, even something like The Division, with like a virus that like wipes out a lot of people on like the northeast of the United States, even that, while it hasn't happened before, is like you can buy that. Because they're not like fucking zombies or something, it's just an actual, it's like the plague, I'm dead, So, but then you have this alien infection stuff, and I'm like, why did you not just have this be under any other title that you have under your belt? Just call it Quarantine. Just not Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Quarantine. Just Quarantine, and then it would have been like, oh, okay, but then you attach his name to it. So now, the only people who are going to be drawn to are people who like other people who like the Tom Clancy games. They're going to be like, this is not very grounded. I don't like it. And anyone who doesn't care is going to think that it's part of the series and not be like invested. They're going to be like, I don't like Tom Clancy games, and they're not going to look at it as like a new title to look at or be invested in. It's like, it's weird. It's a bad choice for me, but
I agree.
Yeah, I went on way too long. Point is, I completely agree with your point, Barry. This is, for the most part, a bit more varied, even though like about half of the titles here were Final Fantasy titles. It's like at least they're different kinds of things for the most part, because they had like 5 Final Fantasy games to show off here, but it still worked. Yeah.
Now, granted, I know someone could make the easy argument. It's like, well, this is just the Ubisoft conference for Final Fantasy games. Like, yeah, you're right. But here's the difference. At least they were all interesting to watch, because literally the other Tom Clancy games are all just dudes with guns, dudes with guns, dudes with more guns.
Yep. In
different locales. It is literally all the same thing. And at least with Final Fantasy games, some of it is, hey, we're remaking old classics, we're remastering old classics, we're porting it over to new systems. They're at least doing something different with them. It wasn't just all Final Fantasy stuff. There was stuff for Dragon Quest. There was The Last Remnant. There was the Micro Machines again. It was just, there was different stuff in there.
Mm-hmm.
Original stuff. And sure, I know some people could say, oh, you can just swap out the Ubisoft one for the Square Enix one. At least Square Enix was fun to watch, and it looked like they were enjoying themselves, and Ubisoft was just a snooze fest. Whole damn thing. Oh, yeah, to me, this is an easy shoe-in for at least second place right now. Now, we have Nintendo's event tomorrow. Now, I'm going to have to amend my statement from yesterday and say I don't think I'm going to be able to watch the Nintendo Direct because I have a kind of an important meeting tomorrow around noonish. So I doubt that I'm going to be able to watch it as it's going.
Mm-hmm.
We might, all three of us, have to watch the Direct either individually on our own time and just keep our mouths quiet and do a post-direct actual talk and then discuss what we actually think.
Yeah, I think that'll probably be the case, kind of like what we did for like last year. Since I also will not be around at noon tomorrow, for I have a day job.
Yes.
And Jalen has a day job, and everyone's busy. And we could do post show. I don't know how late I'll be available, but we should be able to pull that off.
Yeah, and by that point, we can at least say that all the conferences have been done by, at least all the major ones have been done by now, and we can at least put everything in a proper ranking. I know you say you don't have a Switch yet, and you're likely going to get one soon. What game could Nintendo announce tomorrow that would accelerate your interest in buying a Switch? Not say immediately buy one, but you would be more eager to see it or get one.
Well, the thing that is kind of accelerating it is Pokemon Sword and Shield. To be honest, just because I like the fidelity being cranked up and the fact that it's like a console one, because like I don't dislike the handheld ones because obviously I grew up with them, but I've wanted a full actual like console one since forever, and they haven't done one that's even close to it since like Gale of Darkness, you know.
Well, that's true, and that was just a spin-off.
Yeah, that was just like a spin-off of like Pokemon Stadium. So I'm like, I want a full one, and that's what they're doing with the Switch one. So I'm like, that's good. To my knowledge, it's a full actual one, and that's something that I'm going to be invested in, so that's going to make me do it. Alternatively, I just want something, to be frank, I just want something that's really, really good to my interests and exclusive. Because that's the thing that's keeping me from getting an Xbox. As much as they keep showing really good stuff at the Microsoft conference, I don't need an Xbox for any of it. Like, nothing shown said Xbox One exclusive. So I can just get it all on PC. And that's good in the sense that they're not restricting it from me, but it also means I have no incentive to buy their console. I'll buy their games, which they probably make more money off of that, like per just because of licensing alone than like anything else. So it's not like it's bad from a money decision. I just don't think it's weird that they put so much millions of dollars into R&D and then say you don't need to buy this. You know, it's.
I get what you mean. Also, hello, Jalen.
Oh, hey.
Hey, Jalen, everyone, it's Jalen. He's here 10 minutes after the show's over. How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Cool. We're just kind of doing a little post show. And yeah. So did you end up watching it? Do you want to comment on your favorite things?
I saw about half of it because I was on the way home.
Okay.
And I caught the tail end of Final Fantasy VII.
And
I'm not gonna lie, you guys. That's the game of the year next year. That's the game I got my eyeball on.
Yeah. Are you pleased to see what Tifa looks like now?
Yeah, they didn't go overboard redesigning her. It's just a small touch up here, a small touch up there, you know?
Yeah. It looks good, I'll say that much. It looks very, very good.
Yeah, I just like the fact that they just held off on showing her. I love that we saw Aerith in the party first before we saw Tifa in the same trailer.
Yes. That was kind of hilarious.
But yeah, she looks great.
I was even commenting to Lenny. It's like, look, Lenny, it's in gameplay, and she's punching things.
I like punching things.
Yeah, she looks sick.
It looks like she's actually fun to control or to play. Also, holy crap, the music was insane.
Especially if she can actually do some combos or something like that, you know?
Yes, all the combos. Just give her some fire materia and just turn her fists on in flames. Just get some Asura's Wrath shit going on.
And like, I appreciate how much they showed, actually. Because now I definitely have an idea of how long the pace of the game is going to be, you know?
Yeah, the fact they actually said they were expanding Midgar to be almost a full game in itself.
Mm-hmm. And they're definitely doing that because, like, they showed the bike, They showed a bit of the Shinra building.
They showed what's his name losing half of his mass. Was it Palner or something? Isn't he one of the Shinra family members or something?
Yeah, Palmer. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Wasn't he really fat in the original?
Yeah. They skinnied him up. Him and Heidegger were both really fat, and they skinnied them up.
Probably the funny thing is they're probably the most radical redesigns out of everything, and they literally just slim fast for the remake.
Well, it looks like Daddy Shinra looks really slim too. So he was also fat.
Now, what do you think about Sephiroth's integration into the story this early on?
I feel like that is the most fan-wanky thing we have seen for this game so far.
Really?
Yeah, putting him so early. But on the other hand, like, people kind of know the story, so they can do that kind of thing.
We all kind of know he's the villain. We all know he's going to show up, so we might as well we're just going to straight up show him.
I mean, I guess that makes sense because if they actually did that by the book, you wouldn't see him at all in the first episode of this game.
Yeah, or at the very most, you would just see him being teased and led into for the second part.
Oh yeah, because the climax of the whole rescue Aerith from the Shinra building is that Sephiroth kills everyone in the building.
Yeah. Now, the one thing just a small detail going back to the Final Fantasy bit, they said on stage, and Lenny, correct me if I'm wrong on this one. They said they were going to try to make the game the full remake 2 Blu-ray discs worth of a game.
Yeah, they said that this game in particular is part 1 of however many, and that it will cover the Midgar arc of the game, so to speak. And that arc, which is this game, will cover 2 Blu-ray discs worth of content.
Which is a lot.
Which is a lot, considering that most games tend to fit on one disc. Yeah, it's
one Blu-ray disc. Get that.
Yeah.
Is there any other game this generation that has covered more than one disc? Now that you think about it,
not when it comes to Blu-rays, because there were a couple from the Xbox 360 era that had multiple discs. The first one that comes to mind is the original Rage. That came on 3 discs actually, and that was DVDs. Which and again, they joked about this too, because that was a joke in Metal Gear Solid 4 where they're like, you gotta switch the disc. Oh, wait, it's a Blu-ray. Got more room. And he's like, just hold yourself. It's, so, I've not actually thought of, you know what? There's one. All right, and it doesn't count, technically, because it's an install, and it's not a double-sided thing. It's, Red Dead 2. Because in Red Dead Redemption 2, you have an install disc, and then you have a play disc. You install the first disc, and then you put in the second disc and it installs the rest of it, and then you use the play disc, which is the second install disc, to play going forward.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know if they're going to do that method, or if they're going to do the retro method, where once you're done with this stuff on disc 1, you switch to the disc 2 and then play from there.
Well, can't they just dual layer one Blu-ray disc? Because that's what MGS4 did.
Well, no, as in, to my knowledge, unless it's not enough room, all Blu-ray discs are dual layered. That's where they get some more of their room from. So
gotcha.
Yeah, so Red Dead was also dual layered.
Oh, but there's not a game that you can name right now that was one where you played the first disc and then you had to swap out for another disc.
Yeah, no, there's not been a game where each disc contains part 1 of the story and part 2 of the story. So Red Dead is probably the only modern example I can think of where 2 discs were required, though.
Okay.
So it's extremely rare, and even then, the one example we have doesn't fit the criteria.
Yeah, so that kind of makes you kind of take a back seat and go, whoa, You're saying that this game, this one thing, which is technically one arc of one game, like that's going to cover 2 discs for Blu-rays?
In the original game, the Midgar segment was just like 10 hours.
That just makes you wonder, how big is this thing?
Well, I mean, there's a lot you can do with Midgard, considering there's 7 whole sectors.
Oh yeah, there's a lot that you can do. It's just a matter of, oh god damn it, if there's 7 sector, how many sectors is it? 7?
Yeah, 7.
Okay, so there's 7 sectors. Technically, is all the stuff from the original run of the bike scene, some of Shinra, a little bit of this. We haven't seen the actual sector collapse, but we've seen at least some of the aftermath of it, I guess, or at least the aftermath of the bombing run. The question is what the hell are they going to do with the rest of Midgar?
There's a lot. I mean, they can easily extend the wall market segment by like a few hours.
Probably, but it has to be more than a few hours if it's going to cover 2 goddamn discs.
I mean, I'm just saying that's just one part of the Midgar arc, though.
Also, like, we also have to consider the speed of how much combat is going by, because, like, at least this is me. I don't remember the fight against the boss they showed in that trailer taking nearly as long in the original one.
No.
So that is a factor, but the other factor is, to my knowledge, there's no more random encounters. You have actual enemy placements now. So that could either speed up or slow down things, but it's always a set number from what I can see there, because it's not like, oh man, you just walked in a direction and they showed up. You know, they're actually in the environments from what I can see.
There's going to be a lot of set pieces.
Yeah.
Oh man, this just makes me very, very curious to see how much of this is going to be expanded upon and how crazy it's going to be. Anyway, it was a hell of an opening.
Yeah.
Oh, you said you only caught half of the show. What else did you see?
I got to see a bit of Octopath, Dragon Quest Builders, which I don't care about. Dragon Quest which I do care about, but I already played Dragon Quest 11, you know. FF8 Remastered.
Yes, that I will admit that makes me happy. The fact that they're acknowledging its existence.
They finally manned up and decided to remaster the game, even though they don't have a master copy.
Oh yeah, that's right. They don't have the source code for it.
So I'm assuming they based it off the PC version.
That would make a whole lot of sense.
Um,
didn't they say it was coming to PC as well?
Yeah, I think it's Switch, PS4, The Bone, and Steam.
The Bone. So yeah, it's I mean, it's nice the fact that they're even doing it. So aside from F8 Remaster, was there anything else that stood out to you, or that are you looking up the rest of the announcements?
Yeah. Oninaki looked really cool.
Yeah.
I think the only thing they really need to do is, and then there we go. It'll be.
Did you see the? Do you mind if I go off of some of the other announcements just to hear your hot take on them?
Yeah, go ahead.
Saga 3 coming to the West.
Oh yeah. I didn't really expect that at all. It's Romancing Saga 3 and
Saga Scarlet Grace Ambitions.
Yes. I'm really surprised because I've only
Now
played...
I was just going to say, for myself and Lenny, who are not really familiar with these series, can you enlighten us?
Okay, so the Saga series is basically like this. There's typically a set amount of characters, maybe like 7 to 8 of them. I might be more or less depending on the game, but you pick one, and then it's kind of like Octopath Traveler. So where you pick a character and you basically kind of set out on an adventure, and there's a couple of like different like routes you can take, And depending on the route, it depends on when you meet the next party member and stuff like that.
Okay. So it's like you said, it's Octopath Traveler before that was a thing.
Yes.
And how long ago has it been since Romancing Saga 3 came out and Scarlet Grace?
You know, I gotta actually check.
I want to assume it's been a pretty long time.
Yeah, Romancing Saga 3.
Oh, I just realized this on the banner for it. It's Romancing Saga 3 is also going to be on the Vita.
That's cute.
Yep.
I wonder if it's Japan only.
Maybe they'll get a physical release in Japan that we'll have to import, or that is if it has English subs in it.
So Romancing Saga 3 first released in November 11th of 1995.
Oof. So it's been 24 years.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Let's see. As for Scarlet Grace, came out on the Vita in 2016.
That's still a while.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to look through the rest of it. The Last Remnant is getting a remastered Switch port.
Yes. God. That's really damn cool.
Because Lenny, if according to your words, the PC version was ass.
Yeah, it was booty on toast.
Wasn't it also on 360?
Yes, I didn't play that one. I played the PC version, which is bad.
Which is booty.
I'm
on
assuming
toast. Yeah.
The version to play is the 360 version then.
Yeah, that would be the one because like it just really ran terribly despite me having a pretty good graphics card for it at the time. Like I tried switching all the settings around. There was a very limited selection of resolutions. The thing I couldn't get it to run more than 20 frames a second. And just textures wouldn't load in half the time. Cutscenes ran great for some reason, but actual gameplay it just shit the bed. And you could only play it with the 360 controller because the keyboard mappings wouldn't show up on screen. Like, it'd be like, press the A button to attack, and it wouldn't tell you what keyboard button that was. So
that's why you said it's an A.
Yep. And then, to cap it off, you can't rebind any of the controller prompts. When you have a controller plugged in, I mean. Like, so the controls are the controls, and that is it.
That's a real bad port. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's not good. So
yeah, it is the booty on the toast.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anything else major that was announced from them. Oh, did you see this trailer for the new game from People Can Fly, Outriders?
Yes. I don't know what to make of it. It like the CG trailer was cool. The documentary was alright, but I need to see more.
Okay, fair enough. Was that ever? Crystal Chronicles Remaster is getting released this winter.
Yeah, that's nice too. A lot of RPGs.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense considering it is Square.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there was a period where they weren't doing that though.
Yeah, true, but it's nice. Oh, they also did you see any of the Avengers footage?
Yes, I did catch that, and it looks good. Damn those movies for making me like think that any other interpretation of these characters looks really weird.
You're not the only one. I will admit, when I saw them, it was like I was thinking to myself, God damn it, the conditioning from the last 10 years of dealing with these characters in the same actor, in the same look. Like, man, this feels weird.
You know, in our defense, they literally ripped all of the visual and costume design from the movies. Like, Iron Man's suit is Robert Downey's Iron Man's suit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And here's what I mean, to do a point of comparison. When I was playing Spider-Verse and Wolverine showed up, I wasn't sitting there going like, man, this is weird that it's not Hugh Jackman, because they're using his original costume, like where he has the big giant like yellow pointy ears instead of just a leather jacket with an X on it. So I never confused him for the movie version, and so it never felt weird. Plus, Steve Blum as Wolverine is fantastic. So the fact that this just looks exactly like Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man, and it's Chris Hemsworth. I forget there's two Chris's on the team.
Evans and Chris Hemsworth.
Okay, which is Hemsworth?
Thor.
Okay, so it's Chris Hemsworth's Thor. Fuck me. and Chris.
Do you want me to say it, Lenny?
No. And then Chris Evans, Captain America, is like they were all basically so similar to their movie counterparts that it's difficult, I think, for us to separate them. So they could have done by maybe going more for their comic counterparts, But then again, that wouldn't sell as well because it's not as recognizable. I don't fucking know, but I think that's why we felt that way.
Yeah, I think the weirdest one for me was just looking at Black Widow and not seeing Scarlett Johansson. When I looked at her, it's like, you look kind of mannish. It looked a little bit off, but either way, I am still interested / excited to see Avengers and actually play it. I will admit, when they got into the multiplayer stuff, I was like, uh-oh, this could be a problem. And then they said everything, the post-launch stuff would be free. I was like, okay, whew.
And it's good to know they're adding more characters, because I swear to God.
And of course, we made our obligatory demands for Lenny for Moon Knight and me for Doctor Strange, respectively.
Well, Perry, yours is actually feasible, because he actually has like appearances in the films. And mine is in the bargain bin at a Denny's. It's just, I'd like it.
Don't give up hope.
I'm not. But if there was a character of which I could give up hope on, it'd be him.
What about you, Jill? Is there any character from the Marvel universe that you want to have as a post-launch DLC hero to play as?
That is just the most open question you've asked in the past week.
Come on, you know that this question was going to be asked.
Oh yes, I know, but there's so many. I know Spider-Man is guaranteed. Wolverine maybe not as guaranteed, but who knows? A lot of goddamn characters, man. You know what? I want the Punisher.
Really?
Yeah. Because
Any particular reason why?
I want to see him in this world talking with Thor and Captain America. Oh, well, maybe not Captain America, because he R.I.P. And Black Widow and Hulk and Ant-Man. They're like, man, Punisher, you going too far. And he's like, I haven't gone far enough. And he kills somebody. That'd be cool.
Okay, I can see that. Doctor Strange for me is a little bit of a stretch because, yes, even though he has appeared in the films and has worked alongside the Avengers, more of the he's more of a do his own thing kind of deal rather than actually work with the Avengers on a regular basis.
I mean, natural stuff. Go to him if there's magic.
Yes, but it doesn't look like there's magic involved in this one, at least not yet.
I mean, any expansion can rectify that.
Yeah. I mean, hell, for all I know, they could be planning a Shuma-Gorath DLC, and then Strange will have to show up.
Mm-hmm.
Which, granted, that's a pipe dream if I ever had one. Though, since they did say it was co-op, yes?
Yes.
So, by implication, that means that all three of us could technically work together as Avengers and play together.
Yes. And now we're going to have to fight to see who gets to be who.
Okay, fine. On a basis of who we know is playable, in this case, Captain America, Black Widow, Hulk, Iron Man, and Thor. Who would you like to play?
Hulk.
Okay, Lenny.
Shit. I was gonna say Hulk. I like punching things. I hate you. I instead.
It doesn't have to be cemented in stone now. There's plenty of time. There's plenty of time between. There was plenty of time between now and May.
There's plenty of time for me to kill Jalen for his betrayal. So, in the meantime, Captain America.
Okay, so we'll throw Hulk as an asterisk to saying, like, okay, you both want to play Hulk. How about we could take turns being Hulk? You guys can be Hulk. I'm playing is either Thor or Iron Man. I'm using Iron Man as a backup, but primarily Thor.
I knew nobody was going to play Big Black Widow.
I mean, I get to be the freaking God of Thunder. Why wouldn't I get the chance? Why wouldn't I do that?
Yeah, I know.
Also, I don't know if any of you guys caught this during the trailer, but I noticed when Iron Man was floating around, I think it was in space, it looked like he had on his superior Iron Man suit. Just for a split second, the white and black suit,
mm-hmm.
The white and black armor, and I was like, oh, you're bringing that angle in here, okay. So that might mean it might expand upon other Avengers arcs that maybe they're implying more than they're actually showing, if that makes sense. All we know, the Fantastic Four could be in this game. Who knows? Oh, given what they've shown and everything they displayed, what would you say how this conference stacked up?
You know, I think it was almost as good as Microsoft conference. So I'm going to give it the same score as an 8. And the reason why it gets the same score is because there were a ton of games that I liked. Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 8, like big star on Final Fantasy 8 because like I really thought they were just going to give up on trying to remaster that game for a while.
Considering how much of that has been the redheaded stepchild of the series.
Mm-hmm. Romancing Saga is great, you know. I love Dragon Quest. Still gonna get the Switch port. You know, RPGs are my second love.
They're your jam.
Yeah, fighting games, JRPGs.
Yeah, pretty much. So, I was before you got here, I was telling Lenny, comparatively speaking, like looking at Bethesda and Ubisoft's back to back, and looking at Square's. To me, Square's equivalent was basically them taking Ubisoft and Bethesda behind a back alley and shot in the head.
See, I don't have the vitriol Perry does for the Bethesda conference, but I do agree.
It just felt like that, and just looking at it in hindsight, because the way I'm arguing is that at least Square showed more gameplay.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you with that, but the imagery is colorful. We'll say
the description was something.
Yeah.
At least I didn't go with the typical old Yeller joke.
Nah, man, like. Yeah, I'll say this, like, the Bethesda stuff is, like... Bethesda is probably the most potential-heavy conference I've seen in a while, because everything I've shown that I really, really liked was either, like, memes from, like, the people presenting, or games that we don't even have gameplay for, but look really cool, like Deathloop or Ghostwire, you know? But but that's what I mean. Like the rest of it is either like I have no interest, or they're not showing gameplay, or it's Doom Eternal, which I already pretty much know it's great. So.
I mean, Doom Eternal. I think all three of us here are relatively excited for that one. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. That is like I don't know why I haven't pre-ordered it yet. I should, but
I will pre-order it eventually.
Yeah.
Did you see that goddamn figure of Cloud on the bike?
Yep.
$330.
Yep. It's pretty, but then again, they've done the same type of figure before, so it wouldn't surprise me if people are just going to buy the figure separately of a different version of it, and then just get that and then the game separately.
I'm fine with the deluxe edition because it comes with the damn soundtrack.
Well, granted, a mini soundtrack, and I even said while they were doing the presentation of Square, if you don't release this freaking remastered soundtrack on vinyl, I'm going to freaking flip. Because it is too goddamn good. Sorry, Lenny. I almost feel like I'm hijacking the recording session.
It's not even my man. I'm just the recorder, not the host necessarily. Plus, I dig it when you have a chance to kind of elaborate on this because honestly, you were borderline mute during most of the pre-show yesterday. So this is pretty good.
That was just a joke that went on for way too long, and my brain was just slowly dying, and brain cells were just hating me. And the only reason, and yes, I was mute, but that's also because I didn't understand. The joke was so deep that I couldn't fathom its complexity and inner irony. Like you, who looked into the abyss, dove head first, and then said, "Come in, the water's great." I mean, come on, try and tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong.
Oh, and Jalen would look like he was just. It felt like he was just hanging over the edge, just enjoying the view, but still getting the joke.
Yeah, I'm good at stuff like that.
As for me, I was just laying on the side of the road like roadkill, just like. Yeah, I think I've said all I can say about the Square Enix showing. Yeah, I think it's a solid second place behind Microsoft showing in terms of presentation-wise, and also not putting me to sleep, and a variety of stuff of interest to show. Play, thank goodness.
Yeah, man.
This has been good.
Silence was.
I didn't know. I thought you had more, and I thought Jill was gonna chip in.
I've said all I needed to say.
Yeah, but I'm disappointed we won't be able to make for Nintendo. But Jalen, we are proposing doing a post show where we all just discuss Nintendo's things and any other sort of games as a sort of cap off to E3 when we're all home tomorrow. Does that sound good to you?
That sounds absolutely perfecto. I will have to watch Nintendo, of course, but I will.
Right, but we'll all have to. So, you know what? Heck, we could even do that with Rabbit, We could just watch the whole thing live and do it that way, too, so.
Oh my god. How have we not thought about this before? God damn.
Because we're idiots, all of us, every last one of us, we're dumb, so.
Wonders of technology.